I'm Brittney Hazelton, and this is ArkLaTex Artistry, where we explore the arts culture in our area. Today, we have guests from the art group Manifest, a group who have been holding social events for artists to come and socialize and create together. And go ahead and introduce yourselves.
My name is Kiara Lafitte. I am an advisory board member of the Manifest Council.
I'm Joey. I deal with artist relations for Manifest.
My name is Max Swans. I'm more so like a musician, one of the lead vocalists of Manifest.
All right. Well, it's nice to meet you all. I'm glad to finally get the chance to talk to you. I've been seeing what you guys have been doing at Art Space. So it's good to have you finally in. And I saw some of the critical mass stuff that y'all had as well. It was really great stuff. So first thing I'm going to ask is how did Manifest start? And when did it start?
Um,
Uh, Manifest started like I want to say like 2.5 years ago, maybe close to 3. Over in the Highland neighborhood.
Oh,
It was started by Anthony. He's not in here right now, but yeah, it's over at a house in Highland on Dalzell, and we would just like meet up as musicians and different types of artists. Just like express ourselves, whatever we do best, whatever our avenue is, and even if we feeling bold and want to hop into another like a different avenue, we would just use that as like our way to do that, be bold and get out our comfort zone. So I say yeah, about 2.5 years now, I think.
sounds like a great place to experiment with different mediums of art too.
oh, for sure. You had a lot of artists that made a cross into a whole different medium through Manifest, and you got people that are dabbling in other things because we push them, or they push us, or they come to us with ideas. So yeah, it's really a good experience to broaden your horizons.
Good to hear. Yeah, I know that being an art group myself, my art group is Lab Rat Arts. It's great to because you get exposure to different things. I may have never painted on a mural before, but I would have one of my other artists be like, "Hey, come try painting on a mural with me. You may like it. I don't
Yeah.
like it after standing in the heat, but we share amongst each other. We have a musician. It's great to just hear him, and he inspires us creatively too. So I'm sure you guys get the same things.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
When we were art space, every week we do a big mural. Like it'll go into a collection of these large mural paintings that sometimes they were themed, and I don't touch paint brushes or a Sharpie for that matter, but I came one day and Michael Miller, he told me, "Hey man, pick up a brush, put some on the painting," and I did, and I had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that's how it is when you're with other artists. Like, here, try this.
Yeah,
And
Mhm.
sometimes that sparks something in someone.
exactly.
So, what is your organization's overall goals?
Um, our immediate goal is to create time and space for all forms of art to be made together. In the long term, we aim to establish ourselves as a nonprofit,
Nice.
so acquire a permanent venue and foster a supportive community for artists.
Oh, that's great. Like a good collaborative venue. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I was saying we need more things like that here, collaborative venues. I was in McKinney, Texas, and they have like just this small little town, and they have like 3 collaborative art venues right in this downtown area. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's wild.
We used
And
to have several venues that I think served a similar purpose, but like Mini City being one of the main ones that comes
uh,
to mind. When I was getting out of high school, they were having house shows in Highland. I don't even remember the house now. It's been so long, but
Well, they do have the Highland Tours
yeah,
sometimes still, and
Yeah.
I know a lot of the artists that host in those tours, and it was always a great like way to just travel and just see all these different artists in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, we had Bon Temps, which was the coffee bar on Texas Street, and also Tempatina's as well. And I think that when all of that got closed down, Michael and Anthony, they just said, "Hey, we need a time and a space and a place." So,
Mm-hmm.
I think all of Shreveport is just, or all the musicians in Shreveport are just happy that they opened their home up to all of us to just make a space to be creative.
Yeah, y'all keep mentioning places that make my heart sad. And when like Bon Temps closed and Menacin and it just I loved those places, and it added more, additional layers to our art community. And now, not to say, I love art, I love Shrek, but it feels like there's some layers missing now, you know.
Yeah. When you have establishments that leave or that close down for whatever reason, you lose like kind of what was a pillar of the community there. So I'm sure probably 60-70% of manifest artists have been inside, David's place, Medicine, and they've had shows there.
Yeah.
It's a huge thing for us, but we're trying to help fill in that gap.
Yeah, there was a place that I used to go to when I was younger, and I'm a millennial, so a little older. But there was this place called a 516 Soundstage, and it was basically this place where like metal and punk and rock was played, and it was like for all ages, and a lot of me and Casey Jones for Shrek were talking about how so many artists came from that venue, and when it closed there was a gap in musical like artists that in on the roster from there. And I'm hoping like something like Manifest, like what you guys are doing, can help fill those gaps.
Yeah, yeah. Also, we would like to pull a lot of those artists who were uh, doing music at Soundstage or doing music at these older events that kind of fell off the wayside. And, we want to kind of bring those guys in and have these guys give mentorship to the younger instrumentalists that we have.
That's
Yeah, I
great.
think that's probably the most beautiful part about Manifest. I mean, I haven't been on the music scene for very long, but I've been here long enough to experience Mindy Cindy and uh the shutting down of it and Bump Thompson as well. I've been around for at least that long, but
Mm-hmm.
Manifest is like the spot where all of those time periods and all the different artists in those different time periods, they all like meet together. So it's like everybody believes in this one thing because of so many things that we've lost in the artist community. Now it's the community that's doing the heavy lifting for it itself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
No.
I
And it
believe
seems
that.
it seems like a lot of us generationally have lost so many things over the years, and we need
yeah,
to pull it all back together.
Yeah, I believe
Okay.
that like the a benefit for like a art organization like Manifest, that Manifest like illuminates Shreveport culture in very unique ways. Like we provide a safe space for artists to create, bringing together individuals, like you said, from diverse backgrounds, and it's really a judgment-free zone where art and music just unite people, and it really just fosters a true sense of community.
Yeah. It's like the language that we all can understand, no matter where we came from.
Yeah,
I think art does that. When you really get together as artists, we communicate in a different way, and we can
yeah,
look past the like differences or our backgrounds, and none of that matters in the end. We just all are
100%.
artists. But okay, so let me ask, so what what other benefits do you think that it will provide for artists in the long run, since you're considering a collaborative facility? What
Well,
kind of
an idea that Anthony and Michael have thought about doing is in the future when we go nonprofit, if and when we'd provide maybe backing for local artists who need uh, their sounds mixed, they need their live performance to sound as crisp as possible. We'd be trying to provide services for that. Just for Music Prize, there's so many uh, artists who are involved in Manifest that are helping different artists who aren't necessarily involved in Manifest, but they want to go for Music Prize. So some artists, we were uh, spitballing the idea of sending them out like mercenaries to kind of fill out a band or something like that. So
That's awesome. That sounds great. I feel like
I could
the
also say, as an artist, like a vocal artist, for me, I was just talking about this last night actually, how Manifest, uh, just the concept of linking up with other musicians weekly and freestyling, improvising on the mic for 2 to 3 hours, it brings an entire other side of you out musically and artistically, especially when you're going into the studio to record a song or write a song out and you're like freestyling, improvising every week, testing your limits. You on the mic, you doing different genres that you might have never tried before, and then you go back to the studio. You have a different type of confidence because it's basically artist development, but not without the label.
Well, I bring the sample up because it really this kind of groups like group of artists like this. Um, Andy Warhol and his group in New York, they
yeah,
really had their studio and they kind of brought a culture to the entire New York scene just by making art together and putting it out there and spreading it, like putting themselves on camera and spreading it as much as they could to the public. And I feel like, we need to do that. We need to put eyes on what's happening with you guys and other groups that are doing things too.
Yeah.
So so what is how do you think, I mean, in the long run, do you think this will benefit the Shreveport community altogether? Like
Yeah.
everyone?
I think Manifest plays a crucial role in revitalizing Shreveport's cultural scene. Like
Mm-hmm.
a healthy city often has vibrant arts and music, and Manifest offers a platform for new projects to emerge from the synergy of great minds. And our community forward events, like the residency with Art Space, kind of demonstrates that potential that we
Mm-hmm.
have.
Yeah, I
yeah,
feel that way
Manifest
too.
also, it also it makes like other certain venues more comfortable to bring genres in that they wouldn't necessarily bring into
Oh
their
yeah.
venue
Yeah.
because of what Manifest is. There's so many different types of artists who are their own solo artists just meeting together to make this one huge jam session. We get invited to these different venues that normally you wouldn't see certain genres in, and it's
Yeah.
like breaking barriers, breaking walls down. It's
no,
crazy
all right.
actually.
I'll say it. A lot of venues don't like rappers, and it's not for any. Like we have some of the most diverse rappers around. I feel like in this city who completely run the board of like uh lyrical content. Like they could do whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so what a platform like Manifest is basically saying is like, for venues that would host a lot of rappers, you can bring guys in with guitars and
yeah.
drum. We don't
It's like
need
a
that.
vice versa effect. Like there's venues out here who don't really allow hip hop into their functions, but there's also other venues who are like live bands and like we don't really do all of that. We like these types of artists. We like DJs only. We like hip hop artists only.
They're
So
scared.
like
They're scared to experiment with new music. It
yeah,
sounds like
yeah,
they're so stuck in their ways. And that was that actually I one of my in-depth interviews was with the rapper Mimsy. I don't sure if y'all know Mimsy, but she's part of the art community.
Yeah,
And
I know.
she told me, she was like, this doesn't happen normally. Major media doesn't cover rap. I was like, well, rap is a huge part of Shreveport's culture, and it's like to ignore it is blasphemous. We need to accept that like Shreveport's got its own identity in the music world,
Yes.
and some of it's country, some of it's weird folk music, but we also have great rap that came from here.
Yeah.
So I think
It's
that's
only growing.
it's definitely something that needs to be put out there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that I am not afraid to promote that for you guys. So also let's see. So unique cultures sometimes come from art groups that come together. Do you think the artists who get together, do you think that they're going to take influences from each other throughout their art careers?
Absolutely. um, the diverse backgrounds of the members that are in Manifest, they lead to a plethora of ideas. Like, for instance, at Art Space, we had a 12-year-old shredding the guitar, and in the same instance, we had maybe someone in their 50s, 60s playing the drums, playing the bass.
Mm.
I personally, Manifest has influenced my work as a musician and also an aspiring artist. I just think that this community has given me the confidence to trust my vision for personal projects, just as I would assume they have with all the other members of Manifest as well.
Yeah, for sure. Like we're all of like certain members of Manifest, we are our own like litmus test. We'll shoot music to each other, or we'll get like an insider's opinion, and it'll definitely affect how we do things going forward, even if it's not for that particular project. But there's like so much knowledge that peers can have that they can share with each other, and it can be an even exchange. It's not always like a sensei student type thing. It's sometimes it's
Mhm.
like peers, iron sharpening iron.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I can definitely say like the last complete musical project that I put together was heavily inspired by Manifest Sessions. Like just listening to different people's voices and how they sound over certain instruments and
Mhm.
certain volumes. It makes you go back and like look at your art in different ways, a whole different approach than what you're used to.
Yeah, like I was saying to Joey is our group is a lot of different people, different age groups. We got like someone who's like 78, but he's like a master artist. And then we have people like Steve, he's like in his 50s. And then there's me and Alex. And we're the millennials and then younger people. But like what Steve said, he's like, it's not about like, yeah, we're older and we have experience, but these new people come in and they have new ideas. They have things that they can teach us. And it's like, it's all about, you're always going to learn as an artist. You're never going to stop learning. And the people around you help build that, help build your work and your identity in the long run. And just like what Manifest is doing and the art community in general is building Shreveport's identity. And I think that's something Shreveport always struggled with was an identity. You know,
I agree.
we
And
have
most
a we have a we have a we have a lot of self hatred for ourselves, and I think we need to like show people, hey, there is this beautiful part that we're
Yeah,
of Shreveport.
a lot of it is uh sometimes being an artist, or making a project that you're really proud of. It comes with a lot of like a little bit of an ego inflation, or you have some artists that are scared to put their music out and are scared to reach out and talk to somebody. But we've all made it a point to be accessible to each other. So when we spread out and try to affect the overall musical community in Shreveport, um, we want the line to be open. Like any young artist or older artist who doesn't know exactly where he fits or where they fit, they can hopefully contact somebody that's in Manifest that can, kind of bring them into our community.
So how would you suggest somebody following Manifest, or how would they keep up with y'all or get in contact with you if they want to get connected?
Yeah, you can follow us on Instagram, Manifest on Tuesdays. You can check you can keep up with our Instagram, turn on post notifications to keep up with our next movements.
I will say for me as a one of the Manifest vets, from what I've experienced, I would say please follow Manifest on Tuesdays on social media, but also please come out to the sessions, come to the jams. The biggest, I feel like the biggest like misunderstanding in certain local artists in this area is not leaving the house can limit your networking. Like
Mm-hmm.
being places, whether the show is about you or not, is very important to me, because it doesn't matter where you're at. If you're in a vicinity of artists, you're going to be able to network. You're going to get exposure. They're going to know about you. They're going to remember you if
Mm-hmm.
you just keep coming outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, we have jam sessions and shows, but we're not like famous. Like we're people. You can come talk to people. Like
Yeah,
like
we're just regular artists.
yeah,
I think for
showing
a
up.
lot of starting artists, the thing about, especially the visual artists, and I mean musicians, you guys seemed a little social than some of us visual artists. But I feel like I tell visual artists all the time that I meet who don't have any idea about the art community. I'm like, guys, if you want to do art and you want to be professional, you need to get out and network with these other artists. You need to meet them. You can learn from them, and you can get noticed because you're out there. Staying
It's
Exactly.
indoors.
highly important.
Staying indoors ain't gonna do it.
You
You
get
know.
so many more opportunities when you're there. Like when you're actually there, able to talk with other people, shake hands, get to know other people. I
Exactly.
try to make that very imperative to other artists, because it's a lot of different artists, vocal, musical artists too. But I know what you mean by the visual artists. They are very shut off. But there's just a certain, I would say, group of artists, a type of artist who stays inside a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the artists that I love talking to and trying to convince to come outside.
I feel like they feel so much social anxiety about it. But once they are actually out there, they realize it's easy to communicate with other artists. It
Mhm.
really is. It's not like communicating to normal everyday people. It's like we get each other.
Yeah, it's a language.
It is. It is.
And
So,
across mediums, it's like it's shared. It's easily translated across mediums.
Yep.
mm-hmm. It is. It is. It's just the creative minds.
That's
So
the beautiful thing.
it is. So what events do you have planned in the future? Like anything coming up?
Um, currently, currently we have nothing official scheduled. We're still in the process of becoming a registered nonprofit organization. We're grateful to ArtSpace for providing us with the residency, which kind of helped establish Manifest as a household name.
Yeah.
You know, people come to expect our gatherings every Tuesday, but Manifest's vision extends far beyond the confines of like that initial
Yeah.
house in Highland. So once we secure a public venue, we'll be able to offer like dedicated public space for our activities. But in the meantime, several of our members are engaged in individual projects that are open to the public, like Native to the Parish. They have some events coming up. Also, Slive and the Underdogs have some events coming up. Micah has a play, Zoom In and the Sign, that's going to be premiering mid-August to the mid to late August. And also, Mac has some stuff coming up as well.
Okay.
Oh
Well, that's
yeah,
awesome. I know Native to the Parish is going to be performing on second Saturday. It's
Yes,
coming up soon. Yeah,
yes.
I did actually interview Casey Jones about that and mention them. So that'll be interesting. It'll be good to see them, and they're going to have a high school band that's learning to really perform on stage. I think that's good for the younger people to get exposed to live music. So,
Mhm.
all right.
Yeah, there's a couple of events actually from different um faces in Manifest. I have my back to school event coming up. But it's like a battle of the bands sort of event. Ciphers are coming up. There's hip hop ciphers coming up. We have like 2 shows in September. Not Manifest, but members of Manifest have 2 or 3 shows in September and October as well. So there's a lot coming up between the individual artists within Manifest.
I will suggest to send me news releases. You send
Yes,
me any news press releases. You can, yeah, I can give you my email, but I will write what I can and interview when I can, or anything that's art related, music
Thank you.
or otherwise.
absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for talking to me. It's been wonderful. I'm willing to have more interviews with you guys in the future if you'd like, and we can keep this going. And when you get big events coming up, let me know.
For
Okay.
sure.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you guys. You guys take care and have a wonderful day.
You as
Thank
well.
you, Brittney.
Bye bye for now.